Hello everybody and welcome back for some more Driversroom Sunday League. We are here at Deep Forest Raceway for round number 4 of season number 4 of 2022. We are here at Deep Forest, like I said, in the BMW M3, if I remember correctly, from 1989, so quite an old car. So maybe they will break down along the way, I am not so sure, but let's go through the grid order of today's race. In first place we have Flappy. He has put his car on pole for today. Alongside him starts Dassler. Then we have F1 in third. And MS2 Fast is in fourth place. Rocker is in fifth. And Lorna Malvo is in sixth. And last but not least we have Lol. He is in seventh place. That is the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. It is Flappy on pole with Dassler alongside him. And it's lights out and away we go. And Lol in the background already pulling up to the side. I'm not sure what's that about. But Dassler is taking the lead. Flappy not getting a great start to the race. Already down into third place. With F1 and Dassler having a drag race up the hills through the sweeping corners, and F1 takes it around the outside and he takes the lead of this race as they head underneath the tunnel. Actually the first tunnel of 3. Is Flappy looking for a move as Rocker has a half a second penalty for track limits. Serve that next lap, I think. Oh no, he will serve it this lap at the end of the tunnel. Still F1 with the lead. Then we have Dassler, Flappy, Rocker, Malvo and Too Fast. Too Fast now in last place. And for him it's a job to get past the guys in front of him. I think that's everybody's job, because that's how you win races. Just get ahead of everyone. The guy who is ahead is F1, who will end lap number 1 now. And they will go on to lap number 2. As this car is almost drifting. Not as easy to control, that's for sure. Also interesting to note that the Rocker doesn't have that big rear wing thing for Too Fast actually. Too Fast runs a bit wide as he heads into the first tunnel, and it hasn't given him a penalty, but it has given him some damage to the suspension and bodywork. But that will hopefully fix itself very soon. Dassler now under pressure from Flappy as we ride on board with Flappy. Against the slipstream, powerful enough to make a move on Dassler. He pulls out. Is he going for it? Ooh, it's side by side. Ooh, Dassler closes the door a bit, but Flappy is through for second place, displacing Dassler. Malvo meanwhile has gotten past Rocker. As I now see, sorry, Too Fast is going for a move on Rocker. Is it gonna work? Rocker tries to hold it around the outside and actually does a pretty good job at it. Stays in front at the exit. Now through turns 2, 3 and 4. Will he manage to hold that lead? Yes, he will. So good defensive driving from Rocker. So, Malvo getting a big drift out of that corner there. I don't know the corner numbers or corner names, if they even have names. So, sorry for that. But Rocker is under pressure again from Too Fast. Too Fast, is he gonna pull out and make a big send? No, he's not. Too Fast stays behind Rocker for another whole lap. It has somewhat calmed down. With F1 still in the lead. Then we have Flappy, and Dazzler is getting closer to Flappy now again. So maybe he can make a move, a return move on Flappy. Then we have Malvo in 4th, with Rocker in 5th and Too Fast in 6th. Really shows that it is quite difficult to overtake here, or at least in these cars. Seeing that there aren't actually that many overtaking points. If you brace, you can send it around here. As Dazzler got a 1 second penalty for corner cutting. So he will serve that at the end of the tunnel. As Too Fast is now side by side with Rocker. And is now ahead. Rocker trying the old switcheroo. If it's gonna work out, no it is not. Too Fast gets the better traction out of the corner. And Rocker is now in 6th place. And I did get to hear what happened to 7th place, Law, why he pulled off at the start. He said that was from on the starting line. He had some engine issues, not specified what exactly, so he pulled off to the side and retired the car immediately. As Rocker is now sending it again on Too Fast, side by side through the opening sequence of corners. It just worked out. Going side by side through there, not a great option if you ask me. It can easily cause some chaos. F1 is putting in purple sectors. Now 3/10 up, but Flappy is close. Flappy, who holds the current fast lap at 1:43.9, and he is chasing F1. first Walker makes a bit of a mistake in the hairpin, sliding out, that costing him a couple of seconds. And F1 does not improve, Flappy does improve to a 1:43.6. So at least 3/10 quicker was Flappy in the last lap, relative to everybody else, and also to F1. So he will be certainly looking for a potential victory, maybe. Is now ahead of Tuvals. He was already, but now Tuvals is closing in. And maybe in a couple of laps time, Tuvals might be in striking distance to make a move on but for now he is not really close enough. Flappy is also getting close to strike for first place. On the charge here. Is catching, but again he runs wide into the first tunnel, again giving him some suspension and bodywork damage, so that will hamper his progress. As fuel might also be a thing to worry about now, as we are almost in a lap and a half time. We are at halfway race distance, and if we've done the math correctly, we should be at halfway race fuel, because I don't think a pit stop is needed, seeing that we are on the sport hard tires. They last very long. They will slide out a bit as well. Flappy now really getting closer to the back of F1. F1 still doing a good job at keeping that same momentum going. Same for Dassler, also doing a good job of keeping up the pace. Of course, after his penalty, he has fallen back a bit, but maybe he can gain something, as he sets a purple sector 1/10 up. So he certainly is still looking good on his pace. It's just that the gap that has fallen needs to be closed in. through the final hairpin, as we can see everybody in the distance, Flappy in F1 on the right hand side and Tupos, Malvo and Rocco on the left hand side, so apart from Dazzler everybody is pretty condensed. As Tupos has made it past Malvo, so Too Fast somewhere has gone past Malvo. I think it was on in the tunnel. Malvo's lap 2.5 seconds slower than his personal best. Yeah, that might be a little bit of a half spin, off track excursion somewhere. I am not sure. Flappy and F1 now really close to each other. As they are now on the long back straight, with the slipstream not being a huge advantage, as we have seen, almost close to none. It will be difficult to overtake F1. Everybody else, except for the two front runners, are only these two are close to each other. F1 even going defensive into turn 1. Needs to make sure he doesn't outbrake himself, which is very easy to do in this turn 1. Opening sector, you're not getting past someone unless you have a real good run at them. Then it might be possible, but seeing that how similar on pace these guys are, I don't think they will. Still going purple and still holding Flappy behind. I think Dazzler is actually catching up. Ooh, as F1 makes a bit of a error into the hairpin. Actually, he has pulled away from F1, it seems. Oh, but he runs wide. Will give him a lot less speed. And Flappy takes the lead of this race, although is he? Because F1 is still sending it up the inside. I think Flappy did not really expect that. And F1 remains in the lead of this race. Flappy is certainly there and is really pushing to get that lead back he had momentarily. And Malvo is actually closed up to Too Fast again, so Too Fast having made a mistake or something. Slowing down on his personal best. Dassler trying to do a bit of a not certainly cutback, but he does do a sort of cutback, but without the car ahead at the final hairpin, just to make sure that he got enough exit speed on this main straight to keep in front of Flappy. Flappy pulls out but slots back in behind, and Dassler now also with the fastest lap, a 1:43.666. He is now really catching up to the two cars ahead. And for Tufaf and Marco, they are actually also being closer than they have in quite a while. So that battle is also gonna get a new taste to it. As Rocker now in last place, still somewhat keeping up to Marco and Tufaf, so it's not all bad for him. Up on the fastest lap of the race, which was set by this guy, Dassler, 3 laps ago. And Flappy is now well and truly on the back bumper of F1. This will give him some slipstream. Defensive, Flappy trying to make him stay there for as long as possible. And has F1 gone a bit deep? Oh, he is going to get a stop nicely. And now Dassler behind. And with two guys squabbling without for that first place, Dassler is only gonna catch up or make it a 3-way battle for first place. Malvo is really putting the pressure on Tufaf, as we are now with only 8 minutes remaining in this race, so it's difficult to say. Maybe 4 more laps after this one, maybe 5 even. We will see. Anyway, in terms of fuel, F1 is now at 25%. Flappy doing a great job at managing his fuel and his tires actually. As he has a little look up the inside, there's a bit of contact, nothing major. And Flappy takes the lead, and look at how much Dassler has closed in. Instead of attacking Flappy, F1 now needs to defend from Dassler. And with the pace Dassler has had in the last couple of laps, that can be really difficult. Dassler having set a 1:43.5. almost doing the same exact lap time last time round. So he is definitely on some high pace here. Too fast, below 25% even. Malvo a bit above and Rocker as well. So they should be fine. I'm just a bit worried about F1 and Too Fast. Their fuel is not dangerously low, but certainly lower than they would have liked. they're almost the same length apart from each other. But without the real possibility of overtaking. Progress a little bit more difficult to get past the guys ahead. Ooh, too fast, and Malvo really close to each other. Is Malvo gonna send it down the inside? He thought about it. Tufas actually goes in a bit too, so if Malvo tried it, he might have succeeded, but he didn't, so he stays right behind Tufas for now. Malvo drives a bit wide into the first tunnel, same like we have seen with Too Fast a couple of times. Now Malvo has gotten suspension damage and bodywork damage, so he will be a tad slower than he was before, and that will make it overtaking Too Fast a lot more difficult. As Dazzler and F1 are squabbling now. Wrong way. And F1 did the old switcheroo again. This time to defend from Dazzler. Dazzler going in a bit deep at the hairpin, and now they are really bumper to bumper. And is Dazzler going for a move around the outside? He tries it at turn number 1. Will he succeed? He actually goes in a bit too deep and onto the grass, and that will cost him quite some time, and he won't be too happy about that, that's for sure. Gotten some breathing air for F1 though, so F1 is looking low on his fuel, and I think they will go on for 2 more laps after this one. And she's now below 10% of fuel, so that's gonna be a real tricky thing to manage. Flappy going purple as they head into the final sector. A bit of a lift at the end of the straight, just to save some of that fuel, that also important fuel. Yes, I can confirm it is indeed 2 more laps of running. At least for Flappy. Dazzler and F1 will also go on for another lap, but I don't think Too Fast will. Too Fast now also below 10% of fuel. He needs to make his car as wide as possible to keep Malvo behind. Malvo is looking for a move into turn 1. Is it gonna work out for him this time? Ooh, makes a bit of a slide. Comes back on the racetrack but loses all the traction. And Too Fast stays ahead, at least for the time being, with this being their final lap. It can be really difficult. Malvo now slots in front again. Ooh, but there's a bit of a slide. Malvo really trying to push as hard as possible to get away from Too Fast. Ooh, as as there's another slide from Malvo. Malvo really pushing for it. He's also below 10% right now. Tufas also a bit of a slide. It might seal his chances of a 4th place and not being able to overtake Malvo. He didn't get a great exit coming up to the back straight, and that is really what you want if you want to go place ahead. He isn't going for a audacious dive bomb. He is getting a good traction. He is almost side by side with Malvo. As he gets a half a second penalty for track limits. No, that ruins the chances. He was in front, but isn't anymore. He runs wide in frustration. Malvo will take 4th place and Tufas will take 5th place. Rocker takes 6th place in this race. As now Dessler and F1 are really squabbling now. Or maybe it's just because F1 really needs to save his fuel. 1.2 seconds slower in the first sector alone. That just shows how much of he needs to fuel save for to make it to the end of the race. So a 2nd place for him is gone. Dessler, I think he will make it. At least he will run out of fuel later than F1 will. And Flappy still above 10% of fuel. He's just really been quite on it this race. Now he's below 10% of fuel, managing to stay really close to F1 and not burn off too much fuel to make it to the end of the race. He goes down the hill and for the final time, the 18th time for tonight, he goes up it again onto the main straight. Ladies and gentlemen, Flappy is your race winner today. 2nd place goes to Dessler, also a great drive from him. And F1 running out of fuel before he crosses the start finish line. He will take 3rd place. But it was Flappy now in round number 4 who takes victory. Very well done to him. Was a good race. Although it not being with many drivers, it certainly was still an exciting race to watch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see plenty more of this content. And I will see you guys next week for the 1 hour endurance race. We are at the Spa in the Super Formula cars, so that will be an exciting race. You better not miss that one. So I will leave you guys with this for today, and I hope to see you next week with some more Driversroom Sunday League. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye.